This week, we're going to be taking a look at the Ghost Crew from Star Wars Rebels. Yes, all 7 figures from the Rebels line, because there is only 7. Technically, there should be 8. Actually, there is 8. 2 of them are Chopper, so no, I'm not counting the original release. But there technically is a 9th one, which was the Season 3 variation of Ezra, but that's in the Ahsoka line for some reason. And this Chopper here was not in the Ahsoka line, despite being released alongside mostly Ahsoka figures. It's a weird thing to explain, but there's 7 main releases at this point for it. These are a variety of figures. The only one that I have that's a red and black box release is Kanan, as you might be able to tell by his messed up face, but my Ahsoka also has a messed up face. But we'll get to that. We're going to take a look at these guys, and let's just get into the review. Next up for Rebellion Week, we have Ezra Bridger Season 1 version. As specific to mention, because there is a Season 3 version, and we're also getting the Peridia Ezra coming up here soon, which is cool. There is the box. There it is, Purple Box Ezra. Again, he does have a red and black box release. Up here, he's the main character of the show. Could have saved him for last, but I want to save Kanan for last, because he's my favorite character of the Ghost Crew. This is Ezra, and based on his Season 1 appearance, you can tell because he actually doesn't have the little scars, which he has throughout the whole show except Season 1. He does, however, have his nice little lightsaber there, which is good. And as far as his design goes, pretty cool. I mean, it's alright. He has his nice long hair, Space Aladdin, as he was called. We have the arms, the nice little sleeves, the orange, and then he has a little thing down there with some bright green gloves, which kind of clash with everything, weirdly enough. Torso looks pretty good with the jacket. You can actually open the jacket, and the jacket is, oddly enough, if we do remove the lightsaber here from his hand, is a severed piece outright. It's removable. Like, fully. I'm not joking. Nothing keeps it on. This figure's completely stock out of the box, by the way. I didn't modify it to do that. The only thing is it leaves the sleeves behind, so it looks a little wonky. But, yeah, the jacket just comes off, and it, like, doesn't affect anything. It's just a severed part. That's nice. It's a nice little overlay. No issues there, realistically. Like, that's pretty good. As far as the legs go, pretty good. Has some pouches. Asymmetrical legs. One pant leg is very clearly cut off, and the other one very clearly isn't. So, intriguing. This has one shin guard, and then he just has a knee pad on the left. So, interesting. I mean, as far as Ezra goes, he's interesting. He's the main character. He has this whole battle with the dark side and everything, and Maul, and he just does interesting stuff. And then he flies off with space whales and Thrawn, and we catch up with him in the Ahsoka series. He's the whole reason that show happened. So that's neat. And this design's cool, but I kind of like his other one more. His older-looking design I prefer from Rebels. It's similar to this. It does have the orange and yellow going, but I like the differences. He has the shorter hair with that one. I feel like he would have looked way cooler with the longer hair in that form, though. I don't know why they didn't keep the long hair. They went with the short hair. It's odd. The other thing to note is his accessories, which he has 2 of, starting off with more interesting, which is his lightsaber. One of the most unique lightsabers I think that has ever existed. It's a gun and a lightsaber. The saber hilt itself, pretty cool, kind of blocky, squarish. Moving that, scary peg. It's not horrible, though, to get that in and out. Luckily, because this is the one saber you wouldn't want to break. Because, yeah, Ezra, as I said, this saber is a gun as well. Meaning you might want it without the blade. It's just one of those ones. I feel like if it broke, that would be a real shame. Because it's, you know, kind of important that the blade comes off. And I put that back on, and we didn't even show the storage, which, again, taking the blade off, the storage is on his right hip, and you just slot it on. Like so, and it just dangles on his hip. Very nicely, looks good. No real issues, honestly. It's a nice little thing. I could see how it could look like a concealed thing, because, again, it looks like a blaster more than a lightsaber. Even though there is a lot of lightsaber-y bits to it, especially around the back. It's just kind of like the hand guard is a bit strange, you know? And then his other accessory is his helmet, which I believe is an Imperial Cadet helmet. This is the one he has pretty much the one I would think of from Rebels, weirdly enough, with Ezra. But I'm pretty sure it was painted up. They just went with the basic one. Fits on his head really well. I was actually curious if it would fit on his head, but goes on seamlessly and looks pretty good, honestly. Again, he doesn't wear that all the time or anything. He just has it. He has a collection of helmets, which is always one of my favorite things with Ezra's little quirk, is collecting Stormtrooper helmets, and then Sabine paints them up for him, which is pretty cool. I always like that with Ezra. As far as it goes, let's get to the articulation where it's going to get a little iffy. So his head does move well. He actually does have a neck joint instead of the little hinge. Forward and back, outward, elbow joint, swivel. Elbow goes above 90, which is good. In and out on left, up and down right, of course. Torso, can't really move in and out. Does have the rotation, though. And here's where this figure gets kind of bad. He has Y-jointed hips. For those who don't know what Y-jointed hips are, the ball joints, instead of being straight through this part here, they instead are up here, which leads to him not having good forward motion. That's as far as you get with him. Backward sucks. Outward sucks. The knee joint does go, so there is that. Up and down tilt and a swivel. Yeah, that's kind of a shame, honestly, with those hips. And they could have fixed it. Again, this is the re-release. They could have went in and did something different, but they didn't. They just left him as is, and it's a bit of a shame, because it affects his articulation. It really does. It's not really anything against him, but it's just a bit of a shame. They could have did better, honestly. And as far as it goes, that is essentially it for Ezra. So let's get to the final thoughts here, which are, he's good. I mean, other than that hip issue, there's a lot to like about this figure. He's well detailed. His accessories are really good. They didn't have to throw in the helmet. They just did. And that's good. I wish they had thrown in the painted version, but that's besides the point. The sculpting on this figure is good. The lightsaber is good. Everything's great on this thing, especially with the updated face printing. It looks really good. There's not really any complaints here other than those hips, and those hips are just egregious, honestly. I think that this figure is solid. But hey, maybe in the future they'll remake another Season 1 or 2 Ezra. Probably not, because like I said, this guy got a semi-more recent re-release, so might be out of luck on that. Again, got him on eBay. He's one of the more expensive ones as well. Him and Kanan tend to be the most expensive. Zeb is up there as well. But Zeb's always been a bit higher, so I kind of count him out. But he's kind of expensive. I got him and the Ahsoka for $60 on eBay together. So that was a pretty good deal, honestly. To get those two for $60, because he's usually around $40, $50. Which, again, is a little high, and that's before shipping as well. That's before the shipping cost. That's before all that and taxes. So, do what you will with that info. I think he's all right, though. Just the hips are an issue. That's really it for Ezra, honestly. Good figure, pretty solid. And that is it for this review.